Okay, guys, as you can tell, we've got it outside. Got it loaded up on the Highlander here. Actually, going to be taking it for a trip here soon, but I just want to do a quick installation just to show you how simple it is. This thing weighs less than 30 pounds. I could put it up here myself, but I had my wife do it. One thing I forget to mention earlier, this is made in the USA, so that is one of the reasons that I did buy this one over others. Um, Besides the cost, which we'll talk about here in a minute, because I know you're all wondering how much does this thing cost. So yeah, so I've got it loaded up here. Just make sure my bars kind of even here on the side. We'll just go ahead and lift this up and get it to lock in place, just like so. And on the underside here are these little U-bolts that match up with some holes right here and right here. And literally all we do on the inside, you just take these little boogers and you just, screw these down. You guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but yeah. Okay. Oh, and also, got these little metal plates that go inside here that match up with these holes. So as you're screwing it into it, that's what really helps to tighten it down. So it goes on the inside here. I just happen to already have the first one lined up. Just go ahead and pop that in there. Pop that in there. Trying to keep things as even as possible here. Tighten this one down. If you guys could, I'll show you the inside here in just a second when I get this one tightened down. So you can kind of see what it is exactly I'm talking about. This one kind of came down a little bit. There you go. All right. I'll take that real quick. And then so as you can see on the inside here, we've got that metal plate I was telling you about, and then they just literally tighten down just like so. There's two more on this side over here, and another one right there. So I'll pop those on, and that's good as done. All right, guys, I got it up on there. I don't have it centered on the car just because I'll move that over when we get things to actually go. But just kind of showing you, really easy. I got these two. You can see the little U-bolts here on the bottom, both sides there. They're wrapping around. Just, get another nice and tight, and that's it. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit more about this Skyline XL cargo box, which has 17 cubic feet of storage. You've seen me put it together. You've seen me now install it. So let me tell you how much I paid for it, because if you're like me, you don't want to really overpay for a lot of things. And you're willing to take a risk on some things. And I think this may be one of those where I took a risk, and it's going to be okay because we don't plan on traveling using this all the time. It's just kind of a once, maybe twice a year kind of thing, visit down to the beach. So with that in mind, what I paid for it was listed as $324.99. However, if you spent so much money on the website, they were giving you a discount code, which I put in place, and I paid $314.99. So after taxes, which was like $30, $345.70 was my out-the-door total shipped to my door, and shipping was free. It was one of the reasons that I did like this place that I bought it from, based up in Ohio. Like I said, it's made in the USA, so at the end of the day, I think I'm going to be happy with it. The plastic seems a little bit flimsy in some areas, especially like around the areas that are attached to where the hinges are. It seems just a little bit wobbly. So I'm going to try and maybe add a couple of washers on each side to kind of tighten that down just a little bit more and make it feel a little bit more secure. But other than that, I mean, I'm interested to see how the weather seal does. This may sound funny, but off camera, both my wife and I got inside with a flashlight and just kind of shown, what would that be? Just kind of basically held the flashlight and went around the inside just to see if there's like any areas where it looked like there was a big gap or whatnot. And there really wasn't. It looked like it was going to hold pretty well if there was any sort of moisture that would come in. And again, there's a lip going over it, so it's not like the water's just going to pour directly in. It may just somehow, come under just a little bit some way if we're going on rain, kind of comes back up with the wind. Overall, I don't see it really being that much of an issue, especially when you clamp it down. It gets really tight in there. I think it's going to end up being a good buy. We'll find out in a few weeks. Like I said, we're going to go to Florida, which for us is a 8.5-hour trip down there to the location that we're going to. So we'll do probably some updates as we're on the road, just kind of stopping at gas stations, checking in, seeing how things are holding up. And then, of course, once we get there, check in once more. Once we get back, we'll actually sit down with you guys again, kind of give you our full review. We've actually tested it. So please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to see when we post. Talk to you guys in the next one. See you.